What's going on, guys? Lost and Found Dating Channel, back at it again this week with yet another dating topic. Before I get into this video, I want to say thank you guys. We've been getting tons of new subscribers this week. So we've been noticing some new subscribers, some new views to the page, some likes, some comments. So thank you guys for all the support thus far. That being said, let's dive into this week's video. Got a good one for you guys and hope you enjoy. All right, guys, so for this week's video, we're gonna be talking about the importance of planning dates and setting dates up in advance as opposed to asking the woman out or planning something at the last minute. One of the things that can be a setback as far as your dating life and can turn women off is consistently planning dates and scheduling, getting together at the last minute. Now, when it comes to dating, guys, people appreciate when you reserve time in advance and plan time in advance to spend time with them and to be with them. This is something that holds for both men and women. You know, we as guys, we also appreciate when the woman reaches out to us and looks to plan something in advance as opposed to asking us if we're free at the very last minute. Now, I do want you to understand spontaneity does have its role in dating and it can be an asset as far as spontaneously planning dates, but for the most part, you want to try to schedule dates ahead of time. Now, one of the times where spontaneity can be a benefit to your dating life is, let's say, you wake up one day and you find out that there's maybe an exhibit or some sort of street fair or some event, and it's the last day of that, and maybe you didn't find out until that morning. And let's say, you figure out that there's this pretty cool thing going on and you reach out to her and you say, hey, I just found out that there's this carnival or this fair that's happening today. It ends around 4. I thought about checking out. Would you like to go with me? In that situation, I think most women would respond favorably to that because they understand that it's something that you just found out about. So they're open to the idea of you kind of reaching out to them last minute because it wasn't like you knew about that event or that activity ahead of time. So in those situations, I can see how maybe you reach out the day of or the morning of and say, hey, I just found out about this. Would you like to go with me and check it out? And in a situation like that, even if the woman isn't available, even if she can't make it, I don't think she's gonna feel insulted that you reached out to her at the last minute because, as I mentioned, you only found out about that activity that day. So it's pretty understandable that you're reaching out to her the same day and inviting her to join you. But if what you're doing is consistently, on Fridays, you reach out to her at 7 and say, hey, do you wanna go out dancing at 9 or do you wanna go out for dinner at 9? That's something when you're consistently reaching out to her at the last minute to try to make plans, most women don't really take a liking to that. And if you're doing that repeatedly, that's something that could eventually cause her to kind of lose interest in you and to stop wanting to go on dates with you and stop. And if you're doing that consistently, that's something that could make her make her stop want. Make her stop want. Stop.
Yeah, wanting.
Make her stop wanting. Is that right?
Yeah.
Stop wanting. How the could cause her to stop wanting. Yeah, you're right. Cause you to stop working out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, stop wanting. And if you're doing that consistently, that's something that could stop. Now I'm like. It could cause her to stop wanting to go. That's something that could cause her to stop wanting, right? And if you're doing that consistently, that's something that could cause her to stop wanting to spend time with you and want to go on dates with you because she feels like you're always reaching out to her at the last minute and she's in this cycle where she feels like she always has to cancel what she's doing or drop what she's doing at the last minute in order to spend time with you. And I can tell you from personal experience, guys, that's happened to me where I met a woman and I was getting to know her, and she would continuously text me and reach out to me and try to plan things the day of at the very last minute. And what frustrated me was I would ask her during the week, let's say on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, hey, what's your schedule like towards the end of this week? Or what's your schedule like next week? And she would always respond, well, I'm not really sure. I don't know right now. Let me get back to you. And then the day of, when she wanted to get together and make plans, she would reach out to me and say, hey, are you free in an hour? Or hey, are you free later today? And I had already made plans to do something else, but she would just expect that I could drop what I was doing at the last minute in order to spend time with her. And after she kept doing that consistently, after a while, I just stopped communicating with her as far as making plans and as far as spending time with each other. And one time, she had actually reached out to me at the last minute and asked me, if I was free to get together, and I happened to be free later that day, so I said sure. So we made plans to get together, and as I was getting ready to leave and getting ready to meet up with her, she actually canceled. So not only did she make plans at the last minute when I had asked her earlier that week if she was free, but then when I had agreed to get together and said, yeah, let's do something, let's make plans, she actually canceled as I was getting ready to go meet up with her. So at that point, I just got frustrated and I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking and this is not someone that I wanna date. This is not someone that I wanna continue getting to know and spending time with, because it feels like my time and my schedule is being taken for granted. She had the audacity to reach out to me at the last minute and cancel plans on top of that. See, that's a double no-no. That can't happen, boo. So just like that's something that bothered me, I'm sure if you were in that same situation, it would bother you as well. And just like my example, guys, that's a situation where it can really be frustrating and can really cause the woman to lose interest. If she's been reaching out to you throughout the week and sort of putting herself on your radar, or maybe she's even explicitly asked you, hey, do you want to get together later this week? If she's doing either of those, whether it's kind of checking in on you and seeing how you're doing when she really wants you to ask her out, or if she actually asks you out and you give her an answer, hey, I'm not really sure, or I'll let you know, and then you follow up by trying to plan something at the last minute, that can be really frustrating regardless of who it is, because that just feels like a smack in the face. The person asked you when you were available, or they put themselves kind of on your radar as far as making plans, and then not only did you not give them an answer at that point, but then you reach out to them at the last minute and try to plan something. That's double frustrating for people, and it's frustrating for the woman, as I'm sure it would be frustrating for you if you were in that position. So if you're the kind of guy who likes to plan dates spontaneously and maybe likes to make plans at the last minute, you can do that. All I'm saying is I would recommend that you also try to keep a balance. If you're gonna plan some dates at the last minute or the day of, also try to plan some in advance where there's a set date and time where you guys are gonna get together. And even if it's 1, 2, or 3 days in advance, try to also balance the last minute dates or the spontaneous dates with dates that are planned in advance. And one thing to keep in mind, guys, is that anticipation that the woman has of knowing, okay, I'm gonna see him in a couple of days or I'm gonna see him tomorrow. That anticipation is something that works in your favor as far as building interest, right? Because now throughout the week, she's thinking about, looking forward to spending time with you, looking forward to the fun that she's gonna have with you. She's anticipating, being able to be in your presence and spend time with you. Those are things that work in your favor as far as building interest. So when you plan a date at the last minute, you kind of miss out on that opportunity and you don't allow her to experience that sort of anticipation of being able to spend time with you and looking forward to spend time with you. That's ultimately going to help you in the long run. If you consistently reach out to her a couple of hours before you want to set something up, she doesn't really have the opportunity to experience those emotions. Not that she's not going to look forward to seeing you and not to seeing you. Why do I struggle with these infinitives today? I'm like struggling with grammar today. Let's try that again. If you consistently reach out to her a couple of hours before you want to get together, that doesn't have that same sense of anticipation and looking forward to spending time with you that it would if you reached out to her a couple of days in advance. That's not to say that she's not going to have fun on the date. That's not to say that she's not going to look forward to spending time with you, but it just creates a different dynamic. Even if she agrees to get together with you that day, in the back of her mind, she may be thinking, you know, why is he consistently reaching out to me at the last minute? Is he not that interested in me? Am I kind of his last option when it comes to making plans and setting up dates? Those are things that she could be thinking if you're consistently planning dates at the last minute. And just like I said, put yourself in that position. If there's a woman who is always reaching out to you the day of, you asked her when she was free earlier in the week, and she reaches out to you Friday at 5 or 6, hey, I'm free tonight, do you want to set something up? And she consistently does that. After a while, you're gonna start thinking like, what, am I just chopped liver? You know, why can't she give me a heads up a couple days in advance instead of telling me the day of, or ask me the day of, hey, am I free? You know, that's gonna get annoying and frustrating for any person, whether you're a guy or whether you're a girl. All right, guys, so wrapping this video up, those are some tips and some nuggets on why I would recommend that you look to plan dates ahead of time. Like I said, it can be a balance. You can plan some dates spontaneously as well, but you don't want to consistently be reaching out to her at the last minute. Try to plan some things in advance, just so she can build that anticipation of looking forward to spending time with you, and she can know, okay, this is a guy who, you know, enjoys my presence, and she knows that she has some value in your eyes by you doing that. So hope you guys took a lot from this video. Wrapping things up, make sure that if you did enjoy the video, that you like it. Feel free to comment down below, share some of your thoughts, and definitely subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be the very first to know when we come out with new content, new videos every single week. Thank you guys for all the support thus far. Peace.